Hello everyone and welcome back to True Footy Manager. It's Mal here. I hope you're okay. And we're looking at the latest in our series, and it's a new one for FM16. It is Margate, and the reason I've chosen that as my favourite episode of Only Fools and Horses is, of course, the Jolley Boys outing. And this is a bit of a throwback to that. I wasn't sure which one to go for. Nothing was sticking out at me, but anyway, we are in the Vauxhall Vanarama South Division, and we've played all the friendlies. As you can see, it went pretty well. Lots of stuff to go through with the squad. So I want to first of all take you to the club. It's a semi-professional club founded over 100 and just about 120 years ago. The board, got lots of new staff in there, guys. Board have got a wage budget of just over £15,000. We're only spending £12,000 on players. That's due to a lot of ins and outs. We're going to show you the ins. We're not going to show you the outs because obviously you won't ever get to know them, I guess. But let me show you the finances. We have 60 grand balance, although that's projected to drop pretty significantly. No debts, no loans, which is pretty good. Projected to lose a ton of money. So let's not worry too much about that. Right, you might recognise a few names here. I want to show you a few of the big signings. Let's go straight to transfers. Now, him, I don't want to show you cancelled. Right. Paul Tether, he's a physio. Yep, he's coming for the head physio position. Physio under 14. Apart from that, most of my business is concluded, guys. Right, so let's take you through the players that I've signed. In fact, they're there. We're going to go through everything in a minute. We've got Joe Wright, who's in goal. We've signed everyone on a free, and we've sold 8. So 8 in, 8 out. Bit of activity. The only position that I'm still kind of thinking we could do better on is a goalkeeper. And what I've done is I've asked my board to find a parent club, and hopefully we can get a really good goalkeeper from the parent club. But at the moment, we are stuck with what we've got. However, squad. Under 21s, 2 players. Jamie Taylor, decent striker, can shoot. He's paying £600 a week, target man. Former bit of a journeyman right throughout his career for a long, long time. He's always scored goals. But unfortunately, he's not surplus to my requirements. And Glenn Wilson at the back. Decent player. Again, getting on a bit. £400. Been around. Had his best sort of. Always played in the conference. Was even at Gateshead once, but is at Margate now, and he's away. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to forget about the selections for the time being, and I'm going to show you. There'll be no games in this one, but I'll be doing regular updates on this one, guys, just to let you know what's going on. So starting at the top, Nikki Bull. He is a goalkeeper, 33. He has played at a decent level, always been sort of in and around. He's been Sky Bet League 1, played regularly for Wickham a few years ago. He's been down in the, playing for Margate, came up with them, been the starting goalkeeper for a season or so. Decent, let me just have a look. Decent goalkeeper, handling's good, one-on-ones is good, reflex is good, throwing decent. Agility, so a fairly decent keeper, 33, so he's at the kind of a peak for a goalkeeper. Now we've got Joe Wright as well. Now Joe Wright is a keeper, very good handling, bit eccentric, good communication, great reflexes, good throwing, good positioning, not so good decisions, not very good at anticipation. The coaches don't really like him, but I think he's quite good, not very agile either, but sort of between, like I said, the goalkeeping's the area that I think we could improve on. Looking at the right backs, we've got David Hunt, who is classed as a ball winner midfielder, but I've been playing him at the right back. He's a limited full back. Again, does everything okay, nothing special, 32. Player that I probably want to move on. He does play best in that defensive midfield role, but we don't have that in our tactics at the moment, so by far and away, our only specialist right back is the limited fullback abilities of Anthony Furlong. And again, I haven't really got that kind of quality player. So if I can get a really, really top right back from my parent club, that's going to be something I'm interested in doing as well. We'll go to left back next, and probably one of our best players is Jack Oba Stella, and he's coming on very low money, but he's got very good mental attributes. Quality player for this level. Has played as high as League 2 with regular starts. Been a Vanarama South and Vanarama National staples for quite a few years. At 26, he's peak of his career. He's our starter that we brought in there. And we've got Nathan Green. Again, not so good. You have to excuse me just yawning a couple of times. I must apologise about that. I'm quite tired. We've got a various journeyman type player again, someone I could look to move on in the future as well. Centre backs. Jake Goodman's probably our best centre back, 22-year-old, worth £500 a week on a 2-year contract. I mean, look at that. For his ability, very much good at this level. Spirited individual, very one-footed, and he can only play in one position. Our class that is decent because we don't need him to play anywhere else. Just check his history. He's played for Millwall. He's had sort of bits and pieces of action. He's at Margate. He's never really got started his career, but I'm hopefully that here he can build something. So he's one for the future. The other one is Brett Johnson. Again, 29 with £750 a week. I can't see him staying at the end of the season. He is a player who has been, again, in and around the lower leagues for many, many years. Very well travelled. Again, someone who will play for us, but probably not that much. And again, Charlie Wassemer could do a lot better, I think. Again, large wages. He's been around again. Well-travelled defender. Not fantastic. Solomon 2 is probably our strongest midfielder. Ball-winning midfielder. Great attributes. Decent fitness. Everything's kind of quite a few greens. 30-year-old. He's again been around the lower divisions for a long time. Played for Bromley quite a bit. He's never had much football. I guess his best run was Dagenham and Redbridge around 2007. He actually got signed for $200,000 to Cardiff and only ever played 8 games. And then eventually left on a free transfer and is sort of dotted around the lower leagues. Never really got a lot of players with playing time, but hopefully here he can. You do tend to see that with lower league teams. Very, very quick turnaround of players. Sam Whittle, again, I was sort of tempted by his sort of Johnny average all over the place, isn't he? He's 21, not on a lot of money. I've sort of had a bit of a poke at him, an effort to see if it turns out well. It could go one of two ways. Been at Wolves for a lot of years, then went to Brackley and has got it. So he hasn't really got started. He might well turn out to be a good signing. Danny Green, good set piece taker. Well, good corners anyway. Quite aggressive. Could do with a bit of that in the team. He's a good winger. Again, well travelled, as most of the players are. Has recently started getting a lot of games. Has yet to really find his feet in his career. Charlie Green, quality player for us, 23 on a £900 a week. But he's actually going to be on more than that because his contract's up and I'm renewing it. Played fantastic in the first game for us. Fit, determined, very brave, good passing. Everything's pretty good with this kid. And he's sort of had sniffs in League 1. He's had starts, right in League 1 quite a few times. And has come to Margate and has done very, very well. So that's a great signing for Margate. And this kid looks to be potentially another one that goes back up the divisions. Freddie Ladapo, sorry. He's on quite a lot of money. Always scored goals. Well travelled again. Never really got started yet in his career, but he could go either way. Christian Jolley, 27, peak of his career. Has previously been playing as high as League 2. Scored plenty of goals in the Vanarama National in the past and is in the Vanarama South. So he could be a player that really plays well. He's getting starts for us. Eric Adamo was our man of the match in the first game. Got 9.1, 2 goals. Again, has played at a high level. played in Scotland for Inverness, went across to Turkey, and then has made his way back into the... So he's a very well-travelled player. Tom Adeloy, I think, is how you say that. Again, cheap wages. Hasn't never played his first game for us, so he could go either way. This was our big signing, the one I was most happy to get. Dejan Taylor-Crossdale is a player who's played for Reading and has come back into football after a little break. And he was the one that a lot of teams were in for. He's fast, he's got flair, good technique, decent finishing. He could be a player that I want to develop into something really, really good. So I'm hoping that I get to keep him. And last but not least is Juanjong Muko, who's an advanced forward. Not again quite cheap. He's played around. He's in Spain. Came over to England. Hasn't done much yet, but could be a bit. So that's our team, guys. Just have a look at the tactics. We're playing a basic 4-4-2. We're just asking the team to play a fluid formation, playing tight, balanced formation, normal tempo. Look for the overlap and play out of defence, and run at the defence as well. Actually, I'm going to take that off. Roam from positions, I think we'll have on there. And it's basically just giving all the players a chance to play. Again, we've got some gaps there. Jake Goodman's our best player, and probably the two forwards have done okay. Our midfielders did very, very well in the first game. Great performance, and hopefully we can build on that, guys. So, as you can see, we've got plenty of things to build on in this team. I'm hoping this can be a long-running save. So, I've brought in a lot of staff. I think we're waiting for that to come in. How do we do this? Staff. How do you look at the other? Do you look at that one? Oh, yes. No. How do you look at them all? Wait a minute. I used to know how to do this. There used to be a way of doing this. I can't remember. How do you do it? Staff search. Overview. Oh, yeah. Coaching team. That's it. All. Yeah. The normal view that we like. So we've got... basically, I only had one or two people. So we've got Dean Champion. I'm thinking Stuart Cash. I might just have a quick look while we're here to see if I can get a better assistant manager, because I'm not sure that this guy is the best we can really get. Scott Canham. Let's have a look at coaching attributes. Mental. Ollie Carney. Brett Moran. What I really need is tactical advice, tactical knowledge. Yeah, Backhouse looks to be the one. So I think I'm going to try and get Backhouse. What I've found is if you start with 120, guys, right? And then you go to 190, go to 130 twice, and then 140, and you can usually get them. There you go. So what we're going to do here is go squad, staff, Stuart Cash. We're going to mutually terminate Stuart. And he's gone for 8k. And in the next one, we're going to have hopefully the new guy installed. And from there, guys, obviously we've got an injury to Abelo. He played, so Danny Green's going to get a start. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that in this first episode of Margate. We're going to try and keep this running. It's something a bit different, the Jolley Boys outing. So in homage to Only Fools, obviously Anthony Furlong didn't play so good, so we're going to probably give Brett Johnson a game, see if he can stake his claim for a place in defence. And we'll go from there, guys. So actually I'm going to put Wassemer in there. We'll see how everyone's fit. Actually, no, we've got a few issues with fitness. Not a lot of choices, actually. Might have to make a few more wholesale changes. So Turu's going to have to come out. Muko, well, I'll probably leave that the way it is, but See how we get on. We're going to have to bring Wasmer in. 82 for Green. Yep, it's going to have to be Green on there. Ladapo for Crossdale. So that's going to be the team for the next game. Thank you for watching, guys. Stay tuned for future episodes. Give this video a like and get subscribed, guys. And hopefully we'll do some good stuff in Football Magic 2016. Thanks for watching.